Hello, I'm Adam Barralet and welcome to this Crystal Connections video where we're exploring one of my favourite essential oils known as oak moss. Oak moss is actually gifted to us from a lichen, and it's not steam distilled like most other essential oils, more so is used as extracted as a resinoid or an absolute. But you get this beautiful, deep, richy aroma, and once you smell it, it's definitely going to remind you of going out into the wilderness. In this video, I'm going to share with you all the different ways that you can work with oak moss to bring its magic into your life to benefit the body, the mind, and the spirit. Although oak moss is generally used more mentally or spiritually, it does have some physical benefits. It can be supportive of the respiratory system. It can really help if you dilute it heavily and rub it over the chest. It can really help to clear phlegm. Or also inhaling it can be beneficial if you're suffering from a bit of a headache or if you've got a bit of a sinus infection. I've found that to be really quite helpful. You can also use it if you're feeling a bit bloated. Again, diluting it heavily and rotating it or rubbing it over the belly can really be quite beneficial. And I have read other people have had success with, again, using oak moss when it comes to sepsis. Now, you do have to be careful with oak moss. It can cause a bit of a skin sensitivity if it's used quite a lot, but just use it sparingly, and especially in a diffuser, just a couple of drops can be absolutely powerful. So although it's not commonly used physically, you're gonna have to forgive the thunder and the lightning around me. This is very oak mossy actually. Although it's not used a lot physically, it can be used especially with things like rosemary or eucalyptus to benefit the respiratory system. The aroma of oak moss takes you out into the depths of nature, into the wilderness. And thus, when we go out into nature, how do we feel? We feel relaxed, we feel grounded. So whenever you're feeling that life is a little bit chaotic, a bit rushed, that you feel disconnected from your roots or disconnected from nature or the earth as a whole, just reach for your oak moss. Take a few deep breaths in, imagine yourself in a deep wild forest and allow the magic of oak moss to take control and really, ground you and help you feel more stable, grounded, and I guess in harmony again with nature. Woo! It's getting a little bit wild, but I really want to share a bit more about oak moss. And when it comes to spirituality, that's exactly where oak moss excels. This is the oil that really helps you connect with the wildness of nature, as you can see happening right behind me right now. So if you're interested in connecting with the earth, and especially with the keepers of the earth realm, the gnomes, then working with this can be really great. Go into meditation, or better still, go out into nature. Just hold the oil, breathe it in deeply, and allow yourself to connect with the gnome. You see, the interesting power with the gnome energy is that they can give you guidance on how to work with nature. When you need healing physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually, the gnomes are the ones that can really, really help you out. They are the keepers of the knowledge of crystals, of plant medicine, and bringing us back to earth. They can also how to guide you on how to live more environmentally friendly as well. So as we've kind of gone through the generations, we've become less and less in connection with Mother Nature. But this is where the gnomes can help us to come back to this. Mother Nature gives us all we need. In foods, in medicines, in absolutely everything. When we come back to her lessons, and the gnomes will teach us, and oak moss will take us there, then we can really find that guidance. You can also use oak moss to help you connect with animal guides and animal wisdom. Humans often see ourselves as being the superior species that has, we've got electricity and we've got cameras and the internet and all those different things. However, if I was to put you out in this kind of weather for a little while, you'd probably get a little bit overwhelmed and you wouldn't do so well. But every other animal does fine out in the rain. So we can learn from other animals on how they deal with different situations. And when we get that knowledge, we can really take that and use that for our own as well, and apply that to dealing with conflict in our lives, or challenges in our life, or obstacles, and how to solve them as well. So if you want to get some guidance from the natural world, oak moss works like a doorkeeper, unlocking the door and guiding you through into all the secrets that nature has for you. Finally, I find Oakmoss essential oil is also a gateway to the lands of Avalon, this mysterious ancient land, and one of the great people who emerged from there was Merlin. Now, Merlin was a wizard who worked with all the different gifts of nature to manifest and bring magic into his life and create his desires to do what he needed to do in life. In this day and age, so many people are looking to the heavens, to star beings, to raising their vibration to the different realms when we have all this magic here on Earth. So if you are really passionate at connecting with crystals and plant medicine and the guidance of animals and animal magic, and even working with mystical beings such as the fairies, the dragons, the gnomes, the unicorns and so on, then work with Oakmoss. Call upon the great guidance of Merlin in meditation and allow him to guide you on how to not look up to find magic, but to find magic all around you right here. Having such an earthy connection, the best chakra for Oakmoss to resonate with is the Earth Star chakra. The Earth Star chakra is a lesser known chakra that's located about 30 centimeters below your feet and resonates with a kind of an earthy, reddy brown color. Now this is your connection to the Earth, to the planet, to every man and woman on this planet, to every animal, every plant, every mineral, every mountain, every river. When we connect through the Earth Star chakra, we feel a sense of oneness with the Earth, a connection with Gaia or Pachamama or Mother Earth. We also never feel lonely, and this can be a really great one for helping to live in harmony with nature, making sure that we give our best to the planet and we take the best from the planet in the way of natural medicine, food and so on. Smelling Oakmoss essential oil and allowing yourself to connect with that Earth Star chakra, visualizing that ball of energy and even maybe roots going into the ground can be a really profound experience. You can also use this to connect with the god of nature, Pan. He is this, the half man, half goat god of Greek times that lived out in these wild times, and Oakmoss really takes you back into that energy of Pan, being a bit wild, being uninhibited and being a bit free. So this can be a really powerful way to also work with your own Oakmoss essential oil. Oakmoss essential oil is popular use in perfumes and colognes. Now, although I don't recommend using perfumes and colognes because they often have artificial ingredients that can be bad for our health, we can still make some really great natural fragrances and some really great blends. Try mixing Oakmoss with other earthy and green smells. Your conifers like your cypress, your firs, your spruces, your pines, your eucalyptuses, or give it a bit of an uplifting aroma with some other nice leaf oils like rosemary or tea tree, or it can go really well with citruses as well. If you're looking for something to do with the Earth Star chakra, then I'd be looking at different oils such as black pepper and Buddha wood to really help with that earth connection as well. Now, have you mixed Oakmoss with some other essential oils and come up with something really nice? If so, share in the comment section below and we can all give it a try, whether it be our own natural fragrance or whether it be something we pop in our diffuser. We could all learn from everyone's experience and try some really cool blends, whether they work physically, mentally and emotionally, or spiritually. Whenever I'm working with any essential oil, I like to reach to the other kingdoms to help bring out and emphasize the power of each essential oil. So when it comes to working with Oakmoss, the crystal that I reach for is moss agate. This beautiful crystal really again helps to, agates are very grounding, supportive and stabilizing, and it has that beautiful color that really brings us back to the feeling of nature and the magic of nature. We've all been somewhere kind of enchanted or mysterious somewhere in nature, and Oakmoss and moss agate will both help us to journey there. Now in the plant kingdom, in the animal kingdom, the animal that comes to mind when I'm working with Oakmoss, any animal that you might find deep in the woods, but also the tortoise. Not necessarily a deep forest animal, but the tortoise is renowned for its slow and steady pace. Oakmoss reminds us to come back to a slower pace of life, to stop, to listen to the rain, to stop and watch the thunderstorm, to listen to the birds and watch them dancing in the trees, whatever that may be. So bring in the energy of tortoise to help you to slow down and go at a slow and steady pace enjoying the magic of nature all around you. Remember, when it comes to essential oils, that you want to make sure you're getting one from a reputable company that does pure testing, and you know that you're getting pure Oakmoss essential oil. If you'd like more information about where to get great essential oils, please reach out to me and I'm more than happy to help you out. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Adam Barralet. Blessed be.